Hello everyone, Sol Invictus here. Today I bring to you an epic battle, which is a sub-commander's battle. So the rules are simple. Player number 1 is in charge of the melee infantry. Player number 2 is going to be in charge of spears and missiles. And player number 3 is going to be in charge of cavalry. So this really leads people towards teamwork, or at least that's the that's the goal of the whole thing. Of course, once upon a time you end up having a noob joining your team who's just doing whatever he wants to do, and just like deploy his spears on the flank with the cavalry and not join the game really of just all playing together as a unit. Although that's it. So in order to counter that, what we've done is that we created a group on Steam, which is going to be for people that are willing to play those battles relatively seriously. And yeah, that's it. So it's called Gathering Stone. I'll leave a link in the comments below. So like that, if you guys are interested into partaking in those little events, well, you are more than free to join us. So we're gonna have Syracuse, Nervii, and Royal Sitia for myself. Let's go over their build first. Camarilla is actually gonna be a very good pick in Sub Commander's battle. That's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 7 Horse Archers, the cheapest one, Steppe Lancers, that's going to be 4 of them, and 1 Noble Horse Archers. The one advantage we're going to have over the Steppe Archers with our Scythian Amazonian Riders is that extra 25 range bonus. For their infantry, there's going to be a bunch, so that's going to be 5 Galatian Swords, 1 Galatian Legionnaire, 1 Naked Sword. So good shock value with the Naked Sword as well as a Noble Horse. So the rule is that your general can be anything. So even though you're taking the melee contingent of the army, you could go for a Noble Horse general. Although I think we might have to change that down the line for the perfect rules. So we're still polishing them, right? Like, for example, perhaps after seeing a build like that, we could put max perhaps 4 of a unit, or 5, let's say. Rome has some restrictions as well because of the crazy Astati. Super powerful. There's going to be 3 Persian light archers, 1 javelin man, 2 arrows, 3 of them, and 2 Eastern spearmen for Seleucid, which is going to be the spear and missile contingent for us. Nervii is going to be taking care of the melee fight. It's going to be 1 Celtic, 4 Fierce Sword, 1 Hohenzollern. Good pick overall. The one downside with that is that you really have to sync up with the spears player, so perhaps we should be seeing some militia operators in front. But these are like small details that I believe you would need to voice chat with your teammates to make sure this is happening, and so on and so forth. And so far what we've been doing is that there's a team captain, so in a 3v3, I believe was it Galatia? I believe it was our Galatian friend, or now Seleucid actually, who's team captain, so you make sure that rules are being respected, and perhaps he could down the line like have requests like, okay, well, go for 2 militia pites to cover for the swords and so on and so forth, without bossing people around, just for like variety's sake and making sure we have the best possible experience doing that. For our spear contingent, there's going to be 2 Etruscan hoplites, 1 Thorax hoplites, there's going to be 2 arrows as well. I kind of wish we just saw more Thorax. Fight has begun. We got a clean charge with the Celtic warriors into the Galatian swords. Those 2 heroes are gonna get the charge from the Fierce Sword against Galatian swords. These guys are not gonna enjoy what's gonna happen with them. So Galatia actually did, and Seleucid actually did a good job working together, getting the spears to blunt the charge and then sending in Galatian troops. Hohenzollern is gonna collide with an already losing 2 hero spears, so a slight mistake I would say there. We'll start to see some nice charge by Royal Sitia, which is the nomadic faction. Can only field horses. Best horse archers in game are in their roster under the form of those Amazonian riders. Actually, no, there's also Masagetai, if I'm not mistaken, who have very good Saka horse archers, crazy melee stats, but they don't have the range of the Amazonian riders. So as we see, so far the cavalry fight relatively even. We get a nice push from Camarilla on the flank. So that's it. These are the small moments where where we need a bit more communication, where the spears are already ready to counter those types of flanking maneuvers. Although we must give it to Syracuse. He's microing his missiles. He's doing a good job so far. He's also trying to support on this flank. The Steppe Horse Archers getting caught off guard because of that push, so we ended up winning a little from it. We'll see a charge, a push, and we'll counter it with our very Steppe Armor Lancers. So I was kind of forced to join in that fight, which I didn't wanna. I kind of wish we had Spears support, so like that I can take the charge and let the Spears do the damage, but look, it is what it is. Our general's actually going to be doing relatively well, even against a charge of Steppe Lancers. I was expecting more casualties, but no. I would say that so far, our opponents have been able to synchronize slightly better than us. And units like Tuero Spears are going to be very good in those sub-commander's battles because of their low needs of micro. You know, you can just pop them into a block formation, survive a charge, throw jab at a cavalry, a very versatile unit. It used to be an absolute noob pick of a unit, but now it's, I mean, you actually have to take it in some builds and armies. It's a very strong unit. Flattened. Let's look at the kills a little. So the Noble Horse Archers actually took the charge at the Steppe Archers like champs. I was actually surprised by that. The Horse Archers of Camarilla are starting to gather a fair amount of kills. So did the Steppe Lancer. We have pressure from this one in the back with 0 kill and Afghan. Not good. 43 kill there. 42, 51, 63. Our general 71 kills. So not a lot of kills for us as well. Galatia is faring pretty well versus the Fierce Sword, and that's due to the Persian Light Archer. So a very good pick actually by Seleucid when they saw they were gonna face Nervii, which is a low armor faction, to go for archers instead of slingers. It could have backfired. So a part of me kind of wish we saw Syracuse putting pressures on those archers a bit earlier. Or unless they did and I just missed it, it's a very strong possibility. We'll have focus fire on the Galatian Legionnaires, but there's going to be an absolutely amazing play by Syracuse to keep their slingers alive this late in the game, boxing up a little, protecting them, and just shredding whatever is left in front of them. On paper, we have the advantage, although they're going to have the mobility, which is not something that the balance of power takes into considerability. Because that means they can get to our slingers and therefore change the balance of power big time. Sip of coffee. Well, let's see how these guys are gonna fare from this. This hurts. Only 40 armors on those Noble Horse Archers. I kind of wish Camarilla had an option to have heavier Horse Archers as well. Although it doesn't make much sense, but truth is, for balancing purpose, to have, let's say, a 70 or 80 armor Horse Archers would have been amazing for that faction. And actually to change the way to play them quite a lot, would have made them much more deadlier. Also a cheap 30 damage weapon damage spear would have been good for these guys, and perhaps a unit. Yeah, no, that's it, just better spears and better cav, really. Extremely close, and we'll start to see the Steppe Noble Horse Archers getting after the slingers, which is going to be clutch. Completely out of ammo. The middle is dying. Sorry about that. We've got the mercenary Atrishka and Aplite just holding their ground against nothing. We are fighting the grass, gentlemen. Fighting the grass. A hurty nemesis. We'll be doing Slinger's Protection with our cavalry at this point. Very depleted, but still a deadly unit. Let's take a minute to enjoy the artwork of these guys. How beautiful are they? So we have the Horse Archers colliding with our slingers. Wow, that horse went flying.
Advance at speed! Quickly now! Follow riders! Advance!
Our general is still alive.
Ride forward!
Can we locate him? I believe it would be the guy with the white shield there.
Riders, patrols!
A bit of a Greek style helmet, really.
Quickly now!
Still a lot of ammos on those, well, still some ammos on those Steppe Horse Archers with 129 kill. Absolutely fantastic job.
Take kill!
They're firing into Turero Spears, which is kind of a waste of ammunition. And this is where our mighty general would actually meet the end of the line. We'll be able to catch our opponent off guard, but our dear Greek friend decided to kill our general with the stones.
Quickly now!
Get wrecked, that will teach me. Fuck's sake.
Follow up, riders! Patrols!
So general died.
Quickly now!
So yeah, I'll say it once again. If you guys enjoyed those type of thing, I'll leave a link to the group down there, which is called Gathering Stone. Join it. There's going to be players that are willing to get some of these going. I will on my end get some of these going as well. I'm actually stuck in Montreal for one more week because my girlfriend caught a bug in Mexico while traveling. So I'm stuck here for another week, so I'll upload a bit more and actually host some more of these sub-commanders. But a very good feedback. Everybody that joined them yesterday had a lot of fun. The one thing is that sometimes you kind of have to be a douchebag, and if there's an absolute noob, just fucking, kick him, brush him under the rug, because otherwise it's just not fair for the 5 other players that are trying, to perform well and all that. Tryhards, in other words. So we'll see the Draco ability there being used. That's going to be a counter to the horses, and let's see what this ability does. So the noble horse archer, noble horse for the barbarians normally have 10 bonus versus large, and they're now at 0 thanks to the Draco ability. So this is actually very useful for those sub commanders because it's not like you still have your infantry and facing infantry and all that. But you can get that extra oomph against enemy cavalry. So the nomadics, I think, are really the way to go. They're really the way to go against in those sub-commanders battle. And this leads me to the realization that it could have been nice if Camarilla had a Draco ability on, let's say, on something like 800 denarii shock cav, Thessalian style. It would have made that faction so much better, and not OP, just better, So there's 2 minutes 40 left of this. It's going to be a grind out fight. We're losing the balance of power. We have a shield bearer who did fantastic. 110 kill. This noble horse being used to perfection with 200 kill. Very good job. Thorax Hoplite getting cut. So yeah, that's going to be a GG. Well played to our opponents. That was very enjoyable. One thing I really like in this battle is look how the corpses are placed. So the fight started there. There's a lot of archers dead in the back, but there's body all across the battlefield, which is a bit more historically correct actually, because the death on an ancient battlefield wouldn't happen on just one line. It was a lot of withdrawing and getting killed from running away, and that's exactly what happened in this battle. A lot of horses though. But yeah, that was very enjoyable. I really enjoyed that battle. Thank you guys for playing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of content. If you did, just leave a like below. Like I said, it's not about getting a lot of like, it's just about getting a feedback from you guys. The way you guys can tell me, oh yes, we did enjoy that, no, we did not enjoy that. So let's say I get 6 likes on 100 views, then I know, yeah, I won't do that again. For the kills, our Cao, our comrade, using the Silikids, got not that many kills actually. His shield bearer was clutch. His slingers got absolutely molested. They went to the wrong Catholic church, my friend. Turero's getting a lot of kills there, the rest not so much. A lot of kills on those cheap Eastern Spearmen actually. Torn's son used this cavalry to perfection. And if you guys have ideas, by the way, for rules to balance these type of events, please let us know. Noble Horse being used as perfection. Galatian Legionnaire, fair amount of kill, not enough I would assume. 2 of his Galatian swords doing decent, the other 2 getting absolutely mauled. Annibald, our dear friend Annibald, did a great job with his general. 1 of his horse archers, 216 kill, fantastic. 1 of his steppe lancers, good job. The other 2, not so much. The rest of the steppe horse archers doing relatively good job as well, with the exception of these two. On our side, King, being in charge of our melee front, got his Oathsworn absolutely shredded. This guy should have had at least 200 kills, perhaps even a bit more, especially versus the faction he was facing, and that would have been a game changer. Although he used his Fierce Sword very well, one of them did get crapped on by cavalry. Our dear friend Arminius making a last stand, a beautiful last stand as a matter of fact. Getting a fair amount of kill on his slingers. A lot of these kills were on step archers. Thorax Hopite is doing good. Mercenary Trishkin, really shitty units, not doing much. Same goes for his two heroes. For our army, decent kills on our archers, at least 2 of them. Our stepped armored lancers did decent, our general did decent. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Most importantly, thank you guys for playing. It was quite a blast we had yesterday. And yeah, looking forward to play some more of these. I'll see you guys around. Bye.